Hello and welcome back to Poland. We have still great weather and 3 turns, only used 3 turns, so plenty of time left. Um, I think we've completed our turn, so let's wait for the Polish reaction. No response. So in the meantime, they should have reinforced their bomber. It should be around here. I like to let the enemy drain its prestige by constantly damaging bombers, so they have to constantly use their prestige to reinforce them again. So we'll send in our fighters. And well, do not as much damage as expected, but that's also a great way for our fighters to gain experience. Next, we will try to take this city. Our artillery is already in position. We'll bring in our bombers for support. And hopefully destroy this unit completely. Yep. So now our artillery can move into position, so we can attack. I think it's large next turn. Moreover, now we can move our infantry forward. Once a unit is adjacent to a city, the enemy cannot buy units in this city. So we will do this and move to these fortifications where our units can dig in very quickly and should be rather safe here. Moreover, we will disembark the tank, take the city, and move forward. There's an empty city here, we will take next turn. So that leaves us with the job of finishing the enemy forces down here. Okay. So here are the enemy tank forces. This is actually quite an interesting tank. One moment. If we take a closer look, we will see that this actually is way superior to our Panzer IIs. If we compare them, they have actually the same ground defense but higher hard attack, and if we compare them to our Panzer Is, these are completely useless actually. They are even worse than our infantry. But the interesting thing is that these tanks were only designed as training tanks, but a lot of them were fielded in France, and even in Russia a lot of these tanks still were in action. So the production plans of the German army never were met, and well, actually the German tank force was not really superior to the enemy. Most of the time the tanks were outclassed and outnumbered. What made them that effective was the superior tactics. So we won't put our tank in the risk of a direct fight with them. Our Panzer III here is the only tank that can, well, take this one on, and we will hope that we can suppress them with artillery and take it out with our infantry. Okay, that's it, I think. Yep, so we will wait for the next turn. Okay, actually they counter-attacked, and as you could see, it can really take on a Panzer III, so, well, we don't want to fight them with our Panzer IIs and Panzer Is. So now they are in hills. Perfect conditions for our infantry. We even might consider to keep this one alive, so the enemy has to reinforce it and, well, once again use up prestige, and we can easily destroy it because it's on a river tile. So we will take the city. Already bring our artillery into position. And get ready for the final assault on this tank. Well, we will keep pounding this bomber. Resupply our fighters. Okay. Well, that hurt. We won't move up our infantry to the city because we want to stay in artillery cover. Let's take the city. This artillery piece, well, actually is only on a defensive mission, so it will defend these units when we attack, but, well, surprisingly, it never attacks. I don't know why. Maybe because it's the first mission and they wanted to make it a little bit more easier. So, now we can start attacking the artillery. Now let's take a look if we can afford another bomber. No, not yet. Well, and we'll finish turn. So let's take a look at the tank. Yep, they reinforced it. We will try to keep it on the river, so it has to withdraw here or here. And now will destroy it. Now our tanks are ready to advance and sneak up behind Warsaw. Okay, we keep attacking the bomber. Resupply our bomber. And now we can safely advance. This cavalry is completely suppressed, so it cannot counterattack. And we have plenty of turns left, so we can take it easy and wait till our artillery has suppressed the defenders. Our tanks can stay here for the moment. They can resupply. We don't want to risk putting them on the river tiles. Okay, that's it. Let's wait for the Polish reaction. There is none. We'll advance. Okay. We won't take this airfield because we want them to resupply or reinforce their bombers. Now there's actually a job for our tanks. Okay, now it's time to buy our Stuka. Oh, that's it. Okay. Well, as expected, more work for our fighters. Time for resupplying. And we start to attack the city down here. So that we don't run out of time for actually capturing it. Well, no suppression. That's bad luck. Well, let's risk it. And now we can completely surround the city down there, and our infantry can begin advancing on Warsaw. We cannot use our tanks here because the Polish anti-tank guns would make short work of them. Well, we won't risk this. Enough time left, so we will aim for better suppression down here. A little bit of supplying. And that's it. Well, more work for a fighter. And now it's time for the assault on this city. Well, actually we will resupply and begin our final assault on Warsaw the next turn. Okay, what's left? We'll wait with this tank till he gets company by our Panzer III. And well, I think that's it. Okay, so there's air defense here. We can't use our bombers right now. But we're actually, well, let's wait another turn. We'll supply our artillery. And our infantry. And the next turn is the time for the assault. Meanwhile, we'll soften up the defenders down there. No, still not good enough. And again, that's it. Okay, now is the time for attacking. First thing is we want to get rid of this artillery. And we forced a surrender. If you take a look here, this actually got us some more prestige. If you manage to force a surrender, you get rewarded by, well, I think it's the proportion of the units that are still alive. So, for example, this unit is worth around 100 prestige points. So if you can force a surrender on, let's say, 5 of them, well, you should get, well, not 50. I don't think you get 50, but, well, I don't know how it's calculated, but it depends. It's better if you can force a surrender on 8 units, and if the unit is more expensive, cheap unit that has only 1 survivor that surrenders brings almost nothing. So we will try to force a surrender on some of those anti-tank units too. So we'll move up. Stay behind our artillery screen. We will cross the river here, so we can completely encircle them next turn. Well, now it's time to finish them off. And we got rewarded an Iron Cross. Don't want to go near this anti-aircraft gun. And up here is the most dangerous Polish unit that is left. It's actually a fortress. It's Fortress Modlin. this is historically correct. There was a large fortification up there, and it has a fire range of 3, so it can hit, well, our tanks. So we hope it will take on this Panzer III because we don't care for it. And it is really strong. It has 14 hard attack and 15 soft attack. So hopefully we can destroy the city very quickly and don't suffer too many losses. Okay, that was quite good. So this actually is not really helpful because the enemy has a lot of prestige left and will simply place units here. But on the other hand, it's more experience for our troops and we didn't lose anything. Okay. I hope the situation will get better down there, because our time is limited. Okay, now let's try to force some surrenders. Okay, well, some points, but not many. So I think I will withdraw this tank. I don't want to get hit by the fortress. Okay, that's it. So, okay, I think we have to complete our mission this turn. So, let's see if we can take this city. Not a loss. So we will concentrate fire. Okay, we could force a surrender here, but I'm not sure if it's worth it, because we would have to move on this river tile. So I rather not going to do it. And move back in order not to get hit by this. And take the city. Yeah, and well, that's it. We will get hit by modeling one time, but that's not that bad. Can move some of our forces back. And yeah, I think this was a pretty successful first mission. None of our units got below 7 health, so I think we won't need elite reinforcements. It's actually quite good. And we took all the objectives, so let's wait for the final turn and for the debriefing. Well, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in Norway. Bye.